Hi everybody, it's Diane here. I've come to the conclusion I have absolutely nothing to make an ICAD out of. And go ahead and laugh. I don't know. Do you ever get in a mood where you just keep looking at stuff and nothing is striking you? You're just not impressed? I don't know. Yeah, what is that? I don't know. Are you tired or something? But at any rate, I went through a couple things. I couldn't find anything. So we're going through my didn't use it yet box. Maybe there's a reason you didn't use it yet, Diane. I don't know. Oh, maybe we can do something with this. Okay. It's an old collage sheet image. Fall and Winter Styles, 1922 and 23. I'm kind of glad those coats went out of style. Not a fan. I wouldn't want to have to drive in one of them. Don't worry, Diane. No one's asking you to drive in a coat from 1923. Is this still hot there, Diane? Yeah. Are you thrilled? No. Well, that would be pretty if it was a bigger thing. Should we do a bigger thing instead? ICAD just is not going to work today. I don't know. No, we'll make it work. And I'm doing this because I'm kind of in between projects that I'm not filming. I'm reaching up here and they're drying. Ooh, I almost hit the camera. So I had to do something because I had craft time and film time. It is kind of nice. All right, let's just see where this takes us. And if it's somewhere we don't want to go, we can like turn the car around or whatever. You don't have to go there. No, it's a little too busy. Interesting. I don't know that I like it. Okay. Should do something funny with that, shouldn't we? It's in this book, isn't it? Yeah, it was lightning. It was a book about weather. So she's trying, to cover her ears from the thunder. Does that make sense? I'm sure you know what I mean. This is kind of cool because of this other side. If it was not by this, I would never pull that paper at all. Maybe. Okay. No. Isn't that interesting? That's wallpaper. Oh, that's weird. It's called Alien Abduction Twal. Is that weird? I don't think I'd feel comfortable in a room like that. Diane put wallpaper in her bedroom and she could never sleep. Well, okay, here's one for all you artists out there. I think this matches better. It has more impact, but then again, it starts taking away from her. So I probably wouldn't use it, but you do what you want when you don't know what you're doing either. And don't rope us into your trappings there. Okay. And I don't recommend working on two things at once. I've said that before, but I know I keep doing it. She keeps doing it. Oh, here's another, well, four others of those. Yeah, I'll keep that aside in case we want that. Yeah. 4th of July is coming up, folks. You probably see this after the fact. Am I confusing people? Which one is she cutting this out for? I have no idea. It's this one. Self-sufficiency. Yeah, she looks sort of self-sufficient. Her and her bulky coat. What do you call those kind of sleeves? Any fashion experts out there? Is, I don't know. Is that, I know what dolman is. Is that, would that be considered dolman? I was going to say cute, but I think the last time I showed that, I said this exact same thing. We know Diane is cute. Why don't you do something with it if it's so cute? Well, this one might be done, really. Might be done, really. Well, I think I'm at the pause. I want to take the text stuff out. I'm going to hit it with some off-white paint. This one, I don't know. February 2nd, 1965. In Chicago. It must have been cold. Actually, I'll take a little bit of that today. Yeah, that background is really blah. Stay up there. I could also use a word. I don't know, would you just put in, like tissue paper or a plain paper, or would you paint? That's okay. I don't like it. I don't know if that makes sense either. I mean, if you were in a pinch, that's all the paper you had, but I didn't like it. Okay, I'm taking it, these are too bright. So that means really pale. What about those papers I have? kind of boring. I was hoping for something greenish like that. I like that better than what I had out before. Okay, I'm going to piece this stuff together. The one in the book, I would kind of think I might want to paint on it. I don't know. Come back, hang on. Okay, here we are. I took part of this and put it here. This, because there was a vase, something, bowl, something there. You could see it. It was awkward. I didn't like it. And then I put a little bit of this down here. This was left over, so I just added it. Okay, there's a vortex back here. That's the only explanation. The original little botanical picture, I don't know where it is. And it's the exact same thing. It was there. I didn't walk away. You know, there wasn't a big wind. It's not on the floor. I don't know what happened to it. So I remember there was others. I took the two other ones, which, by the way, the flower from that, I forget what, that was the video where I did a bunch of stuff recently. This hasn't shown up. I don't know. Anyway, the bottom of this is a little crooked. It's not a big deal. You could leave it. But it's a little boring up there anyway. So I grabbed a few washies. You can test with me. That's not bad. Okay. A ribbon crossed my mind too, but this was handier. That's okay too. And then are we going to want something on top, Diane? Okay. Actually, I like that. Let's just use that. Put that down. And then see if we want something on top. Any of those, of these, I should say 3, would have been fine. I think the other ones obviously stand out more. Maybe you don't want that. That design is foiled if you can't see that on camera. Okay, is it straight? Actually, it's a little off. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's kind of snazzy. That's foiled too. This is not. All right, let's be snazzy since she's snazzy in her fall winter coat that I don't particularly like. Okay, and that leads to, do I have to do the same thing on the bottom border there? Which is not crooked. Are you straight? There, I think it is. Okay. Okay, that's actually kind of nice. Yeah. Dang, this is so thrilling. I know. Actually, I was going to not film this part and just explain what I did when I came back, but I thought maybe you'd like to make choices, see what you might do if it was yours. Okay, we could go all the way over. Let's do that. Let's go over to this. That's a little more interesting. this one. I suppose we should go all the way over. You could kind of do, you could do that. You could do that. You could do that. Boy, there's just too many choices today. I think I'm going to do that. Okay. Okay, well, I think both of them can benefit from a little paint. Or to see this one, I added a phrase. It's out of an old book. I don't know, it looks summery. He or she's getting some nectar, so they're making picnic plans. I inked black around the edge. Let's spatter black on that. Get this out of the way. Fine black. Boy, I spattered a bunch of stuff yesterday, like all at once. I got spatters all over the place. I could even feel them up on my face. It was so stupid. And asked me why. I don't know. I'd do it any differently than I ever do. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's a little dull. I'll spatter a little bit of a color, such as, you could go like a rusty orange, yellow, green. I'm looking at my paint in case you're wondering what I'm doing. What is she doing? What about a little bit of a brighter green, just to brighten it up, like I said. And you can see those two papers were short. I think that's fine. And as a matter of fact, it might be even a little more interesting than if it went all the way across. It might even be funnier. It's a new heart line. Okay. I'm going to leave that, let it dry, and then see what we think. I think it's done, but you never know. Paint might dry more pale or something. We'll see. Okay, the book. Well, that could definitely benefit from black spatters too. All right, as long as it's out. The black is out, I mean. Let's cover up the other side. Yeah, Diane. I'm trying to find my grungy board. Just a minute. That's good. Let me hold it up a sec. Okay. What about just a little bit of pink? I was kind of leaning towards it's done, but do we want brighter pink or paler pink? Some more choices. What about paler? All right, does anybody else have stuff just magically disappear when they're working? right, let me hold it up again. Okay, I think we're done. Okay. So pretend the washi's trimmed. Should we? I'll do that for you guys just a second. You don't have to pretend. This isn't romper room. Trim the washi. Okay. But then again, you have to watch me trim the washi. Okay. Okay, you don't have to pretend it's trimmed. Actually, that's pretty darn cool. A lot of horizontals, but I think they're kind of, broken up enough that it's fine. Okay, that's pretty nifty, and it looks nice with the page on the other side. And then yet another ICAD. We're getting there. I forget what number this is, but yeah, I've got a lot now. Okay, I think that's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day.